Hello and welcome to RNB Fusion podcast. Now, if you like your podcast with a bit of fruity language and some adult themes, then look no further. This is the podcast for you. However, if you don't, then you might want to go and look on like BBC Radio 4 or CBeebies or something along those lines. You didn't have a farm, Ben?
Paul was an alien. There you go. Done.
It's an egg.
Is it an egg? Hashtag legend.
Because Jiff is that cleaner or the polisher, whatever it is. Hello there! Let's cause divide in the world, Ben.
Go back in time and get a load of Bitcoin.
I was a rebel, man. You know, the system couldn't hold me down. Welcome to RNB Fusion with me, your host Ross, and my co-host Benny Boy. How we doing, Benny Boy?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, Ross?
I'm amazing. I mean, I'm just loving the fact that even though we're not in the same room due to lockdown, we are still able to do something like talking over the internet. So how's lockdown been for you, Ben?
It's been all right. It's just listening to what the government say, staying safe, and waiting to get about when I can. Really, that's it. What about yourself?
Yeah, it's not been too bad. It's kind of second nature now in a weird way. Kind of getting the fitness routine, doing the workouts at home, and then just trying to keep yourself busy, keep yourself optimistic, which is what I'm doing, and obviously kind of enjoying the time off in a weird way. I kind of said this to somebody else a while ago, is that I'm kind of treating this as a year-long holiday. So it's as much as I'm missing my job.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's the best way to look at it.
So we kind of decided to do a podcast, which is pretty cool because a lot of people have a lot of podcasts, including celebrities, because they're kind of the new thing. And we kind of thought to jump on the trend, didn't we, Ben?
Yes, we did, yes.
We kind of talked about it for a while, and then we were deciding, should we not? Who knows? But I think now that we've decided to, it's going to be great, especially if you're listening to us and you're out on your daily walk, do a bit of exercise, or, you're just sitting back, relaxing, everything's turned off, and you just want us to some guys rambling on. I think thank you for one. Thank you for coming to join us, but I think it's going to be amazing because we've got some cracking topics that we're going to discuss.
Yeah, yes, we have got some very good topics. I can't wait to get started with some of these.
But yeah, honestly, but before we get any further into our topics, we kind of need to introduce ourselves, Ben, because our friends might know who we are if they're listening, but to some of our listeners, they won't even know who we are. We could just be two guys rambling. So why don't you tell them a little about yourself, Ben?
But my name is Benny Boy. I do DJing, and I do put quite a few mixes up on Mixcloud, bits and bobs on Insta. Obviously can't do anything at the minute due to the restrictions, and I do I have another part-time job. What's retail?
That's cool. How's retail been for you during lockdown? Because I know that it's been pretty manic for quite a few people.
Yeah, it's been all right. Obviously you get the one or two silly customers being too close, etc., and keeping your distance. But it's a lot better now. First lockdown, it was a bit sketchy. People were panicking far too much. Second one, they calmed down. Third one, I think it's like the norm now. So it's I think everything's going all right. So yeah, and hopefully it'll carry on that way.
Yeah, let's hope so, because the last thing we need is more people panic buying bog roll, because let's be honest, most people are probably still living off the bog roll from the first lockdown.
Yeah, I think yes, you are. I mean, for saying the shelves were absolutely clear in the first day, I'm sure everyone's got about four lots of bog roll that stuck at home somewhere.
Yeah, honestly, I don't understand why everyone went nuts on bog roll. Like,
well, that's the thing. It's an essential object, so I'm sure everyone's got like I say, tons of it. People have been trading it in for other stuff. It could be used as currency in the first lockdown. So yeah,
that's it. Like that's it, man. You've hit the nail. I think you've solved it. That's the reason why people buy you, is bog roll's the new currency. Like when you want to
about Bitcoin.
Forget Bitcoin. Bog roll. I'm your other host, Ross. I'm an actor. I've been performing professionally for now about coming up to 5 years, which is quite crazy to think of. Obviously, been training beforehand, and then, you know, starting out as a kid, kind of really wanted to get into it because I wanted to be Spider-Man. Still the dream. So, you know, still waiting for Tom Holland to kind of step down, and then I can join the MCU. But apart from that, I own my own little film and editing company called Firework Films, which went fully professional as of 2020. Out of little things, some things can grow into something massive. As I can imagine, it's been the same with you, Ben, with obviously DJing.
Oh yes, yeah, it's weird. I mean, just like you talking about that, it started 2015 for me, and just slowly did little bits and bobs for people. Then someone said, "Can you DJ at my party?" I was like, "Yeah." I was thinking, I'm enjoying this, and it carried on and it carried on, and getting some nice gigs. Really enjoying it. Weddings are always nice. I'm hoping to be in a club in the near future when we're allowed in the clubs again. And obviously, you know, because I'm normally asking you, "Oh, Ross, can you just come along with me and give us a hand?"
Yeah, I'm always there. Just I'm there as Ben's best mate, like stood there going, "Hiya, how you doing?"
Yeah. Don't touch that, please. Yet, no, thank you. Yet.
Yeah, basically, I'm that guy who goes, if you want to write requests on the board, write it. Don't touch it though. Don't knock it over. Just write it. That's it. That's all you need to do. Of course, and we've got to get into today's topic, haven't we?
Yes, of course we have, Ross. Of course we have.
And which I think is quite a cool topic. It's quite a topic that we can talk about quite broadly and obviously from experience, and that is social media. So, Ben, social media. Social media is quite a thing these days, isn't it? It's quite mad thinking about how big social media is. I mean, you're on social media, aren't you?
Oh yes, yeah. I'm on the Facebook, Insta, Twitter, a bit of Snapchat here and there, you know. So obviously, we all know about TikTok. So yeah,
yeah, TikTok.
Sorry, just quickly. By the way, if anyone wants to watch some TikToks, go check out Ross's TikTok channel. He's done some cracking videos over the lockdown.
A shameless plug, but yeah, TikTok is, when I jumped on there, it was something else. It kind of reminded me of the old days of Vine and how good, you know, I mean, we've both talked about this before, how good Vine is. Like the fact that Vine was this incredible powerhouse of video sharing. Like, I don't know about you, Ben, but part of me thinks TikTok is bringing that back, but part of me also goes, I really want the original Vine back.
You want the original, like the OG for sure. I mean, Vine, I mean, 6 seconds first of all, to cram something in 6 seconds, it was just amazing. But then just to see some of the people have done it, well, I started on Vine and now they've progressed through the ranks, YouTube, Insta, and I mean, too right, because they've worked hard at it. But just to come from something so small and what's not around anymore, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I never kind of understood why Twitter just kind of got rid of Vine. Like Vine was absolutely massive. Like there was so many people, like you said, there were so many people who spawned their careers. I mean, you know, you had the likes of like Daz Black, you had like Nash Greer, Cameron Dallas, you had King Back, you had Logan and Jake Paul, and now and lots of them moved to YouTube, or like with King Back, for instance, like he's gone to an acting career, like, and the fact that he started on Vine as kind of like this actor that nobody knew, just trying to make his way through the world, a bit like myself. He then suddenly just shot to fame, and now he's doing massive movies. I think it's amazing that a few megabytes of an app can do that to somebody. And I mean, with TikTok especially now trying to basically recreate that, I think what TikTok did well was the rebrand. When that rebrand happened, when it went from Musical.ly, and it was kind of cringy, kind of really bad.
I was say cringy, yeah. I only saw a couple of clips, and yeah, it's just like I was like, no, thank you. But when it got rebranded to TikTok, and then it just seemed to just like take off.
Yeah, it's mad. Like, I mean, the amount of users that are on TikTok, I think it hit like 500 million users are on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like that's like, I mean, to put into context of how big that is, there's 7.8 billion people in the world, and 500 million people aren't using TikTok. It's that.
Well, it just speaks for itself.
Well, that's it. And the thing is, with social media itself, the fact there's 4.54 billion users on the internet, right? And 3.75 of them are like active social media accounts that are on there. So people using the social media. I think that's incredible. Like majority of the world's population is on the internet. And it kind of
Well,
explains when you get that random friend request on Facebook from somebody from like India that has no mutual friends, and they're like, "Oh, yo, I want to be your pal," and you kind of sitting there going, "Who are
delete.
you? Like, who are you? Do I know you? How do you know
Yeah.
me? Like, why
Yeah.
you added me?" And then you get like an attractive girl who'll come on, or an attractive guy, and then you think, nah, they're
Fake
definitely
account.
they're catfishing me. I've seen this
Must be a
before.
scam.
It's a bit like Tinder, isn't it? When you go on, you go, "Oh, it's a match." You're like, "Yes," and
Yeah.
it's actually somebody going, "Oh, do you want to pay for my webcam?" And you're like, "Oh, I thought this was special."
No, but yes, yeah, we've all been there.
That's a
Yeah.
weird one.
Yes,
Like,
I haven't come across that, but yeah, but to be honest though, I'll be like, no thanks.
talking of Snapchat, now I kind of came off Snapchat last year because I wasn't enjoying it as much. Are you on Snapchat, Ben?
Yes, yeah. I am on it now. Yeah, I came off it, then I went back on it. Yeah, it's a bit weird because like 1 minute you're like, oh yeah, I'll be on it, and then you're enjoying it like you said, and then you go through a phase, and then you're like, now I'll have a break. And I mean, I had a break for about a year and a bit, and I've come back on it, just post some stuff on, just like DJ related stuff,
Hmm.
and that's it really, just doing that, and I don't really go looking on there anymore. Just trying to promote my DJ side of things. Really, what about yourself?
Well, like I said, I mean, I came off it because a lot of time I used to get snaps from people that had posted the stories. That is one of my pet peeves on Snapchat, and was one of the reasons why I deleted it. There is nothing worse than when somebody sends you a photo or the snap as it is, and then they've also put it as the story, and you're sitting there going, what was the point in
Oh,
that? That's more
yeah,
effort and work for you. Why don't you just post it? I'm looking at it in my own time. But yeah, Snapchat was like, when I kind of started joining it, it was around 2014, something like that, when I was at uni. It was different to like Instagram and all them. But then you had stories which came out on Snapchat, which were massive. The fact that you could have a story, like a snap that's set all day. But a lot of the time, people used to put too long of the stories, in my opinion. You get somebody who put like, it comes up to the
Vanessa.
equivalent of like 300 seconds, but in real life, that's 3 minutes. And you're sitting there going, really?
Yeah, I mean, I think after the second slide, you're like, yeah, I'm moving on now.
Well, that's it. Like, you've got to capture me in that first 10 seconds for me to watch the
Yeah,
story. If it's an interest, if you're telling me a story of something that's happened to you and I'm grabbed in that first 10 seconds, boom. If you're just showing me a photo of what you're about to eat and then you go in, I'm bored, hit me up. That's it. I'm not watching. I'm not grabbed anymore. I'm leaving. The fact on Snapchat you had the filters. I remember when they came in, and that one where you vomited and it was like rainbows and you were
oh,
like
the
Nyan.
rainbow one. Well, I remember that one because I saw that on Vine. I
Oh,
saw
did
that one
you?
on Vine. Yeah, I saw that on Vine because the guy was taking when you can't get Snapchat, and he was doing a fake rainbow out of his mouth. Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, but again though, Snapchat were the first to do it, and Facebook, as soon as they got to grips what was happening, they did something similar, and that's
Hmm.
what Facebook seems to do, just to keep their audience, engaged, I suppose. So
Well, that's it. Everything's got a story these days. I mean, Twitter have only recently caught up. I feel like Twitter's that person that's always 5, 6 years behind a trend.
yeah, oh yeah.
Um,
I don't think I mean I get it, but I don't. I
yeah,
think it's too late now. I think
yeah.
I think Twitter should have looked into something else
Mm.
and worked on something new.
I feel like Snapchat has kind of lost the race to Instagram, even though they were first to do it, which is
Yeah,
mad.
I think
Um,
yeah, they have for sure. It's Snapchat started it, Facebook have enhanced it, and
mm.
growing from that really. So it's
But-
it's a shame for Snapchat, but Facebook probably have got the resources to do that and trial things.
Well,
So
that's it. I mean, we all know about Snapchat when Kylie Jenner said on her Twitter, "Oh, Snapchat's kind of boring." They lost so many followers and users, and their stocks plummeted that day. Yeah, and the beauty with Instagrams and Facebook stories is if you've got a business. So, like for me, I've got my Fireworks Films account on there. I can link that to my Facebook page. So then when I share a story on there, it'll share it on there as well. I think that's where YouTube and Instagram really got the ground running with it, was the fact that you could link it between both accounts without having to go, oh, save it on here, then post it on Facebook and do all that, kind of like how you have to do on Snapchat. But yeah, it was just, I just think that kind of made them win that story race, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, they've linked everything. It's less effort for everyone because,
Yeah.
you know, let's be honest. I mean, if it's going to be effort for people now these days, they're going to be like, no, I can't be bothered with that.
That's
And
it.
I've cut about 5 minutes off my time doing stuff. So yeah.
Well, that's it. Yeah, like it is all about, like you said, it is about ease of use, quickness. I mean, again, that's why I think, and you know, talking about one of my favorite social media apps is Instagram. I think that's why it thrives. It's because Instagram is very user friendly. It's, do you want to post a photo? What filter would you like? Would you like to, and then if you want to get really creative, you can like change bits and bobs of it. But I think that's why Instagram is just so much better. I don't know about you. Do you prefer Instagram?
My Instagram is my go-to, yeah, for sure. I think it's the best for, well, for me. This is not everyone else, but for me, I think I have the most engagement out of all the social medias, apart from using my Mixcloud or something like that. Obviously, it's that little thing as well, using hashtags and all those things. So if you do all those and put your 30 hashtags, is it, or something like that?
Yeah.
The reach is brilliant.
Instagram is just thriving because when I worked as a waiter, one of the big things we were taught is to make food aesthetically pleasing. And you think, oh, you're doing that purely because, you know, when people see a good set of food, they go, oh yeah, I want to eat that. And then everyone wants to buy it. But it wasn't. We were told the reason is because the world was moving so much quicker in technology, and the fact that people were photographing their food and posting it on Instagram and tagging the company I worked for, that's the reason why we were doing it. And I was thinking, wow, it's crazy that, isn't it? Like a photo.
Yeah. I mean, and also just if someone took a picture and put it on their Insta and said, yeah, I didn't enjoy this, it was terrible, then it's bad press for them. So obviously we've got to make it look good.
I think I found out the other day, I think it's like over 95 million photos are uploaded every day. 95 million photos. And probably 92 million of them are food. Well, do you know what? Thinking of likes and stuff like that, do you know what the most liked photo on Instagram is, Ben? I want you to guess. I'll give you 3 guesses. What is it?
Is it that classic? Oh no, that's a video. I can't say that. Is it animal related?
No. I mean, kind of. It's kind of animal related. You're going to kick yourself when you don't get it.
Is it a politician or something like that?
No, not a politician.
I don't know. I'm not going to embarrass myself. So
It's an egg.
Is it an egg?
An egg, just an egg. Like, it's ridiculous. I think, because if I remember right, it had 54 million likes.
I mean, I'm happy with 54 likes. So but that's amazing.
Like, the reason they posted it on there was they wanted to beat Kylie Jenner, who had 18 million. That was the record of amount of likes. And this egg is now at 54,888,000 and something. Like, it's not like a fancy egg. It's literally like a white background and an egg. It's ridiculous. Like, I post a photo.
Standard.
I could get like 30 likes if I tried. If I tried my hardest, but 54 million for an egg. That's where we're going wrong, Ben. We need to start uploading eggs on the internet.
I'm going to just I'm just going to the supermarket and get some eggs now and stuff.
Yeah, well, you should do in retail.
Yeah. I mean, I'll put an egg picture up every other Tuesday now.
That's it. And you know, you watch your followers just fly and soar. You know, you'd be coming up to me and going, Ross, I've beaten Cristiano Ronaldo. I've hit 300 million followers in one night. Like,
I mean, I'll probably just faint or something. If that ever happened. I mean, if I could get probably 1% of what that egg picture got likes wise, I'd be very happy. I mean, I'm happy to get 10 likes at the minute, so that's good for me. So just anything higher than that would be amazing.
Like, let's be honest, dogs are the greatest creature, or any cute animal, to be fair. Again, internet culture took them on like no tomorrow. Like, dogs became massive. Like, everyone loves dogs, funny cat videos. It's incredible.
Yeah, I remember that grumpy cat. Famous grumpy cat. And do you know what? that cat or the owner of the cat or whatever is earning millions now. I read the other week. It's
That's mad.
and this guy was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a pet agent." I was like, "I didn't even know there was a pet agent out there."
A
So,
what? A pet agent?
yeah. He says, "Yeah, I'll deal with like all different types of animals and get like." I'm like, "Okay, I didn't even know
First of
that."
all.
I mean, I can't even get an agent myself, so I was just like, "Okay."
That's it.
Great.
That's all you need to do. You need to be a pet, or you need to own a pet. Like,
Oh yeah, but the thing is, I mean, they'll have their own page. It won't be on my page. I mean, their page will probably do better than mine. So I'll be like,
honestly, well, that's it. Like, I mean, somebody I know, her dog has got like an account, and it's got like 1,500 followers.
1,500.
1,500. Like, I have 800 and like something. That has 1,500.
Oh wow! I mean, I'm only on 200 here. So if anyone wants to follow me, it's DJ Benny Boy Instagram. Just saying. But yeah, I mean, I need to boost these numbers up. I know, but 1,500 for a dog
1,500
account.
well, 1,500 for a dog.
Yeah. I mean, the
Like,
thing is,
bearing in mind, the dog can't use it.
I know I was going to say, but the thing is, I mean, if you're in the picture of the dog there, I mean, it doesn't get as many likes. It just has to be the dog or what the dog's doing. Or I've seen it. I've seen the post. And I'm just thinking, how does this get any numbers or views? I'm just thinking,
It's nuts, isn't it? Like, it's nuts. Like, could you imagine being that dog's handler? Like, could you imagine if your dog had more followers than you?
I mean, I'll be thinking deep down. Oh no, I can't have this. But then I'll be thinking, well, if he's doing better than me, he can earn some money. So where's my money?
Well,
I'm
that's
thinking that.
it.
I mean, the thing is, I mean, if he got like a brand deal or whatever, I mean, as we spoke about, I'm just thinking like set for life.
Well, that's it. Like, imagine if you had like pedigree or something, like a dog brand, like food brand or dog exercise something, and your dog is sponsored. Like, you would never have to worry about either getting dog food again. You'd never have to worry about getting the toys because the dog ripped them up. The company sends them you for free, and you just have to do an ad saying, "Oh, this is the dog using this. I don't know, like this ball. It's amazing. It can't be slobbered on and all this. Like, it's incredible. Like, the fact that your dog could get that
When you think about it, I mean, and like you say, you could be set for life off one ad.
just shows the pure power of social media, that you could potentially change your life, or your pet could change your life. Like, how many people, when you're told as a kid, you work hard, you get what you want, and you can earn big. Can you imagine saying that to going, look, you work, okay, get your dog to look cute, post it on Instagram, and you'll make millions. Can you imagine saying that to your kid?
When you think about it, you think, like, if someone told you that, you'd be thinking, nah, oh, it's happening.
Yeah, that's it, and it's happening.
I mean, good on to the people. I'm not knocking it, by the way. I'm just good on to the people who are doing that. I mean, and you can get a living like that. That's fantastic. Crazy to think someone can do all that with just a couple of pictures from their pets.
YouTube is incredible. Like, you can find anything on YouTube if you try it.
Yeah, literally tutorial for anything. It's very good. I mean, if I want to try and do a bit of cooking or something like that, I'll YouTube it. It's fantastic. I mean, I've learned so much from just researching myself. And I mean, if was it 10, 15 years ago? So I mean, it's fantastic to have these videos and learn new skills.
That's how I learned how to do guitar, how to play guitar even. I learned how to do most of my editing on there. Like, anything you can think of, you go, oh, how to do this, and it's on there. It's mad. If you want it, you can type anything on YouTube and it's there. So if you were like, oh, I don't know, a chicken wearing a rubber hat, it's on there. Surely, it's 100% surely there. It's mad.
Yeah, I've learned quite a bit from YouTube.
Well, we're all kind of having to live in a digital age with all, with this pandemic,
I mean, we're talking through the computer right now, so
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's incredible how the internet changed the world. Like, could you imagine being that guy who invented the internet, saying, I'm going to create something that's going to have everything on it? People go, it's not going to have everything.
I mean, if I was that guy who made the internet, I'll definitely. I mean, good on him. We gave it away for free, but I'll be like, no, I want a little bit of commission people, something every year, just something like that.
Like you said, that he did it for free.
Yeah, but it was originally designed, wasn't it, for the army or something?
Yeah.
But then it was like they didn't realize how big it was.
Yeah, Like, I mean, I don't know if you remember this about the internet. You probably do, but the internet hasn't always been as quick as it has it? Let's
No,
be honest. We were quite lucky when we were kids. The internet was kind of really starting to become a big thing. And the internet was dial up. And like, if you wanted to load like a picture, you think, God, I want this picture. It would load line by line. And you'd basically wait a good 15
yeah.
minutes for it just to load the entire photo for you to then go, oh, it's actually not that nice. And then get rid of it.
Well, for instance, when the internet first started, just to download like a trailer or something like a movie trailer, you're looking like about nearly an hour and a half, and you'd be there and you'd leave, and you'd have to come back. And but now it's instant. Everything's instant.
And that's
It's
it. And
great.
I don't think kids these days realize it. Like, people who are younger than us, like 20 and lower than that. Like, I remember those days being like, Mom, I'm on the
Get off the
internet. Get off
phone.
the phone. Get
Get
off
off the
that
phone.
phone.
I've got to start all over again now. You're playing now.
He's playing, Mum, I was trying to download a colouring sheet.
Yeah.
And
No,
now
something like that. It'd be something basic. Come on, he was like starting to. I mean, I remember. Was it Ask Jeeves? I remember Ask Jeeves. I mean, obviously Google, Yahoo. But I mean, I remember using them. It was very, like I said, everything. Every website was basic.
Well, that's it. Like, and you on about Ask Jeeves. I remember Ask Jeeves was this butler. Like,
Yes,
it was a
yeah.
butler.
Yeah,
And
yeah, it
then,
was there, wasn't it? Cartoon like
yeah.
character waiting and like a search engine underneath.
Yeah, and then do you remember when he kind of retired and it became just ask.com and he went on holiday and that was it, like he had retired, and then later on, I think it was like a few years later, they brought him back.
Yeah,
Like
I
that.
don't, I never knew why they got rid of him. I mean, again, I mean, it's like Google. Google didn't change the name
Yeah.
since it was the original name. You should have just kept it Ask Jeeves.
Yeah, and that's it. And the thing was, it was iconic because you were asking this butler. And again, thinking of social media, it's Facebook.
Yeah, I remember setting my account up because I was doing my studies and this lad was like, "You need to get Facebook." I was like, "What's Facebook?" I was like, "I don't know. I don't know what Facebook is."
But I joined Facebook and I wasn't allowed to have any photos of me on the internet at that time because obviously I was 13, so I was at the right age. But it was for cyber safety. You got it.
Yes, of course,
And
cyber
so
safety. Yeah,
so I put my profile picture as Rambo.
did you?
Yeah.
I think mine was a motorbike or something like that randomly. I was like, yeah, just click yes, or I like that, done, dusted.
Somebody thinks you're a transformer.
Yeah, that's it. And then about 4 years later, I changed my profile picture. So
Well, that's it. Like, and Facebook was great because you had everything on it. Like when you had your pals, it was just like this little world. Facebook back in the day, like when you posted a video and posted like photos, that was iconic because any other website you were kind of able to do that. And again, that's beautiful of it, is that you can have your own self-identity and have your own self-expression. Facebook was so good because I don't know if you remember this iconic thing, Farmville. Do you remember Farmville?
I remember Farmville, but I never played it.
You didn't have a farm, Ben?
No, I didn't play it. No, I was just like, no, I just set it up and then add your mates, and that was it really for me. I didn't really I didn't play any of the games really, if I'm being honest.
Oh no, Farmville was like iconic. Like you'd rock up to school one day and it was like a mafia central city. You go, look, you trade me some corn, I'll give you some wheat. How about that? And I'll meet you on the farm at 8 p.m. tonight. I'll meet you by the stables. It was quite dark dealings. It was.
Was it? I mean, it sounds.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
the
man.
way you're explaining it. So
Yeah. Like, and then if somebody messed you around, you go on theirs and destroy everything. Like, you say your mate and you have fell out of school or something's happened, you rock on and you destroy all their wheat. You send a message. It was a statement to say, look, you mess with me, your farm's getting messed up. You do a lot of streaming, don't you? Thinking of that, you do a lot of streaming for DJing because I've seen some of your stuff on Mixcloud and when you're on Twitch and stuff.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do it on Twitch. I do it on Mixcloud. My very first streaming I did, I think it was on Periscope. Absolutely love Periscope.
Oh yeah, Periscope. I know Periscope.
It was the first one, but unfortunately now it's shutting down. I did over 100. Well, up to 100 streams on there, and it was brilliant. I loved it, and I got one of those badges or whatever it was, and I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
yes, I made it. I made it. I know it's bad, I don't know what it is, but yes, I'm making it, and it was lovely. But unfortunately, like with Vine, they're shutting it down. I think it's shutting down in March sometime. So yeah, when you're doing a stream, I'll be honest, halfway through I'll probably forget I might be streaming and I'm just doing my own thing, and then I'll be like, and then someone will say something. Oh yeah, yeah, and I'll be like, point to the camera, yes, thumbs up or something, and carry on. Streaming is so big, and it's only getting bigger because of this lockdown. I mean, there's everything. I mean, people do live streams of watching the football now, or any type of sport, and I'm thinking that's getting numbers, and it is.
Yeah, streaming is amazing. Like, there's the stuff that you can do on it. Like, I mean, I've only kind of recently started dabbling in streaming. Like, I used to do it on Ustream many years ago.
One of the originals. Sorry, yes,
That
carry on.
was no, that's the OG. That was the OG for me. That kind of started happening when I got a PS4 and they had like you could stream live, and I used to stream like a video game. It was nuts. Like the fact you were live, you felt like you were on TV because you're like, oh, can I swear? Can I not? Can I do this? Can I do that?
Yeah.
Like the only real streaming I do these days is like whenever I do a quiz, like I do a pub quiz on like a Friday night for friends and family on my Facebook. Which, because obviously when the first lockdown came in, I was like, oh, let's do something fun. Let's have a dabble. Let's have fun. And yeah, I mean, like you said, streaming is massive. Like you said, it's not just a gaming thing now. It used to be massive in gaming, but now, like you said, you've got DJs, you've got concerts, you've got sports events, you've got like the Golden Globes and like the Oscars are streamed now as well.
I think through lockdown, some universities had live streams when they're fishing and that. So yeah, it's only getting bigger. Like, and I don't know where that's going. Where that's going to go? Is that going to replace the TV? I think it's going to go like that because who was it? It was KSI and Logan Paul did this pay-per-view on YouTube, didn't they? Like the first one, and I think with the Joe Weller fight, it was on YouTube, and I think that was sort of the first sort of dabble. I think it's there. Again, though, you need to have the audience.
It's all good when you've kind of got a following elsewhere. So let's say, Ben, you got massive on Mixcloud, and then you say, oh, I'm going to start streaming on Twitch, or I'm going to start streaming on YouTube, or, vice versa. You're big on YouTube and you go over to a streaming service. You can bring that audience with you. But if you're starting out, like you said, it is all just hard work, and it's about committing to it and making it your job.
Yeah, it is. It's not easy, but I think if anyone's determined to make it, then it will come. But they've just got to remember, it does take time. I mean, I started off with just my friends following me on Mixcloud, and I'm just shy under 500 people following me. I know it doesn't sound much, but
that's amazing.
But that's really big.
That's massive, Ben.
Yeah, that's really big for me, and it's such an achievement. But it's a goal, and I want to. I'll make small goals, and I started off getting like I think 30 views, and then my next one got 50, and I'm into. I think my last Mixcloud did 1,000 listens. What is again? I'm going to say fantastic, but no, it's. I mean, some people think, oh, that's the standard, but that was just something else for me to get that first 1,000 listens. Was such a big achievement. It's just got to keep chipping away, and it'll come. And when you keep chipping away, people who will like your stuff, etc., whatever industry you're in, or influencer, etc., whoever likes your brand, so forth, will follow you. But like you said, Ross, it's just hard work.
Memes are the biggest thing going, thanks to social media. I remember when Rage Comics came out with them, and they were like stickmen, and like you had troll face, you had the guy flipping the table and all this, and you were like, oh, these are funny and relatable. And then what was it, about 2014, 2015? Memes just exploded all over the internet.
I am partial to a meme now and then, and also is it sending GIF?
Yes.
A GIF. I want to try and pronounce it correctly. So,
well, that's the question. We all have this. There is the social debate all the time, but the real social debate is it a GIF or is it a GIF?
I would say GIF. What about you?
I'd say GIF as well because it's about GIF. You only call it GIF because GIF is that cleaner or the polisher, whatever it is. That's GIF. That's GIF. That's not a GIF. Like GIF is about GIF. GIF.
Yeah, we'll go with GIF.
Like GIFs are amazing. I mean, I don't know about you. I basically communicate in GIFs these days, unless it's like a professional standard, like messaging like an agent or I'm talking to somebody.
Oh yeah.
Or if it's somebody I've worked with for a while and I've become friends with, I'll start sending GIFs. But GIFs are just an amazing form of communication because even the GIFs are relatable. Like if you want to pretend you're shocked, instead of saying "Oh my god" or sending a shocked emoji, you can send somebody like in absolute shock, and that will portray it so much better. What's your favorite GIF, Ben? What's your favorite GIF?
My favorite GIF has got to be hello or going like when someone says, "Do you want to do this?" I'm like, yes, or something like that. I think it's like a wrestler. I forgot his name, but he goes, "Yes,
yes,"
and I choose that one.
He's Daniel Bryan. That's it, and he's going. He does like the arms pumping, going, "Yes." Yes, yeah, love that meme. But yeah, just GIFs are so cool. Memes kind of help GIFs become even bigger because we kind of started going from these rage comic memes to then these photos that said, "I hate it when this happens," and it's like somebody getting smacked in the face with a shovel. That just then changed into video memes. That's just insane, like how memes became massive.
Yeah, I mean, what do you use emojis though? I mean, what do you use more, emojis or memes or GIFs?
Oh, that's tough. I think it depends on the friendship level. Like, I think if we're friends, I'll send you emojis, like a normal person, or people I'm friends with and people I kind of know, I'll send emojis. If I'm good friends with you, I'll send you a GIF. If I am a very good friend of you, I'll send you all three.
There you go.
But
so I think with me, I'm more of emoji than GIFs, memes, and that. But I think it's just because it's just quick and easy, isn't it? That's the thing. Grammar's gone out of the window now when it comes to texting. I mean, when people text me short term, I'm like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I can do little bits, but when someone does like a full text, I'm like, can you just send it properly, please? Or I have to get the put the whatever it is and then put means in Google. Oh, that's what it means. I got yeah.
It kind of feels like you're learning Morse code because you're trying to decipher what each word means. Like if I was to say to you, "I see YMI," do you know what that means?
No. I don't know what it means. No.
It means in case you missed it. If I was to say to you TLDR, would you know what that means? Showing your age here, Ben.
No, I don't know what that means. No.
Too long, didn't read.
Well, I just like a LOL. That's it,
I know, like that's the thing. Like I'm like that. Like I remember because they were emoticons. I remember when they were called emoticons, not emojis, emoticons, and they were the ones that you had to type out, and they didn't create a face; they were just typed out, so it was like slanted.
I think the one for me was on Facebook when I could put a shark.
Oh, Ben, you were cool. You had the shark emoji. I could never work that one out.
That took some skill. Yeah, just to put something like a shark emoji out. I remember Facebook, obviously the chat came out then. About 2 months later, all these emojis were coming out. And if you just hovered over the emoji, it'll tell you how to type it. And I just remember the shark emoji. It was probably never good to put the shark emoji on any messages, but I put the shark emoji down a couple of times.
Well, you got it. You got to trial it. You got to try and it's trial and error. But saying that, that laughing crying emoji we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Do you know that actually is in the dictionary now?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that the emoji film?
No. Yeah. Like not in the emoji film. Like the actual emoji. So an icon.
Okay.
Is in the dictionary, the Oxford Dictionary.
Right.
Yeah, you tell me how that works. I remember when it was announced and loads of people went, "That's not even a word."
They put an emoji in every year then or something? Or is it just
So basically they update it with the most popular thing of the year. So I can't remember when it was, but YOLO's in there now, which I thought was iconic. But that's in the dictionary. And I think they decide it from whatever's the most popular thing of the year.
What? Okay then. What emoji is going to be in the dictionary next? Then, which one do you think after lockdown? I mean, after 2020, what emoji do you think will be in?
The mask one.
You're probably right there, or the probably crying face one. I don't know. Maybe that.
Yeah, the crime one. Just that one going, I can't go outdoors.
I have a question for you, Ross. So, out of all the social media, then, which one would you say, what's not about anymore? You'll say, yes, that was my go-to. When I was, fresh on the internet, got my dial-up, and I was like, yeah, I'm in the internet. What social media am I going to go on? Which one was it for you?
So MySpace was actually my first proper social media account. MySpace was just something else. Like you had the creator as one of your friends, which was weird. But MySpace was so good because you could have your own profile, background, like images that you wanted. You could have moving images, which were incredible. You could put like a music player so people, when they came on, knew what type of music you're into. It was the thing. Like, I mean, MySpace is still going to this day. But if I was to try and find my account, I don't think it's there anymore, but I wouldn't want to see it. 100% do not want to see what I put on there. What about you, Ben? What was your go-to?
Well, first of all, I never had MySpace. I'm going to put my hands up. I never had MySpace. But my go-to, everyone at school had Windows Live Messenger. That was the go-to. Even
Messenger.
though when you spoke to everyone at school, they were on straight away. It was like the first one, and it was really good. It was just a simple messaging app, like your WhatsApp, and you could do bits and bobs. But it was like really good at the time through the internet,
Yeah, and it was at the time of dial-up, so MSN was massive. Yeah. Like you said, it was so good.
Oh yeah, it was brilliant. Again, it was basic, but I think it was because it was the first.
Nudges were great. So if somebody wasn't talking to you, just send that and it'd shake the screen violently, and they'd probably send you one back. And it was amazing because like you could have your own font, you could have your own style. It's what you wanted, and you could change that for every single person. I just remember like all the stickers, and like they were like the first proper gifts. I remember there was one like a fist that came knocking on the screen, and it would break through the screen and it like knock basically, and it sounded like it's knocking on the glass. But computers of the time weren't up to speed with it, so it was like and it would take like 5 minutes waiting for this hand to knock. So like you would send your friend one, so they have to wait.
And you were like 10 minutes later. Oh no, another 10 minutes later. I mean, if you got 5 with them, you were screwed.
You were. Sure. And the best thing about MSN was that's when you would either put song lyrics at the top, so people knew you were a cultured person. You liked your music. It was often Blink-182, Busted, Green Day, maybe a bit of Chris Brown.
Blink, yeah, Green Day for sure.
Like, and you put them saying it'd be a lyric relating, and if you were feeling a bit glum about something, you put a lyric that was quite relevant, and people would say, "Oh, you okay?" But the real OG thing to do was to claim your girlfriend on there, was to put her name in your name, so people knew it was official. This was before Facebook official was the thing. If it was MSN official, that was it. Nobody was coming on your patch to try it on.
So many of these small details. I mean, just remembering them now.
And then, do you remember when you had your first webcam over MSN?
It was just 1 pixel.
Yeah, with MSN, it was just 1 pixel. Like it was. Imagine a camera. For those who never experienced this, imagine a camera that someone had kind of put loads of Vaseline over, and if you were to look through that camera, you probably wouldn't know who it is, even if you were talking to that person. Like you wouldn't. It was a weird thing, but it was a luxury moment when you were able to talk through a webcam to each other.
Just that dot there, yeah. Just trying to make out who it is. Just making sure you're just saying, "Is that you?"
Gotta love technology, haven't you, Ben? I mean, the fact that it's just cut us off.
This is going to be a great first episode for us.
I
So
know.
So please subscribe.
Yeah, please subscribe. We are professional, we promise.
Yes.
We were talking about photos and saying how we thought it was cool. And I was saying how do you remember like the Primark t-shirts that like the 3 buttons and like the Kanye West style like slit glasses? Do you remember them?
Oh yeah. Classic.
That's what I mean. They were a classic look. Like you were the coolest kid if you had that. But looking back on those photos now, you realise that you looked like a bit of a Wally.
That's one way of putting it. Yes.
That's the polite way of putting it.
Yes,
There's a lot of other words I could have said, but try to keep it family friendly.
Yeah. I think we should keep it PG for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. Always got to keep it PG. But I think social media. I think we've had a cracking episode talking about social media in general, saying about how big it is and how influential. But I think the big thing that we haven't talked about is that if you're worried about what you see on social media, like everyone's journey is different and not everything you see on social media is real. Like, if you see somebody who's got like a massive mansion or a massive house or a flashy car, I think that's the problem with social media. Some people compare their lives with it. Just enjoy your life, and that social media breaks are so important. Like, do you take social media breaks, Ben?
Oh yes, yeah. I think you need to take a social media break just to like fully relax. Really, I mean, when you could go back on holiday back in the day due to lockdown, I would turn everything off. Just have the just messenger on or something, like text message, and then just relax for that week or 2 weeks you had off. You need to have a detox. I mean, it's good for your health. And remember, people, do not take things seriously. Too many people take things seriously on social media. So just remember, don't take it seriously.
Well, that's it. Like, and I think you've hit the nail on the head. Like, don't get me wrong, social media is great for the fact that you can express your views and you can do whatever. But if you see somebody commenting on about something on the profile, just the best thing to do is don't rise yourself to it or lower yourself to their standards. At the end of the day, a lot of people are posting out there just to try and get a reaction these days, aren't they? Which I think that's the only real sad side of social media, and the fact that sometimes you can lose hours on it. And I think it's really important to remember that, to look up from your phone and to disconnect from the virtual world and join the real world in that sense. Don't get me wrong, especially with this whole pandemic going on, it is amazing that we've been able to connect with each other. Like the fact, like we said earlier, we're talking on this, we've been able to connect with friends virtually. And like I've said to many people as well, if this was 20 years ago, this pandemic, I think it would be a lot worse in general. Like everyone would be struggling a lot more because you wouldn't be seeing people at all. Like it would be a phone call, which we are doing now, but having a video call is so much more. But I think we have covered social media pretty well tonight, and I'm really looking forward to how this podcast grows. How are you feeling about this podcast, Ben?
I'm feeling really good about this. I mean, I know we've had a couple of technical problems, and that, but hopefully they'll be ironed out for the next couple of episodes. We'll hopefully get a bit better, and if there's any topics people want to. I'll rephrase that. If there's any topics anyone would like us to talk about, we'll have to set up some type of social media so you can get in contact. Looking forward to carrying this on with Ross. Yeah, it's been brilliant.
Yeah, and that's it. And like you said, I think you said it perfectly there. It'd be great to get you guys and getting your view on what you want to be talking about. But I think it leads in nicely to what we're going to talk about next time, isn't it? Which I think we were on about talking about films, weren't we?
Yes. I think we'll talk about some films and we'll go down that avenue. Looking forward to that because there's so many different topics. So, yeah.
So, guys, if you enjoyed this podcast, hit that subscribe button, because do you know what the best thing about that is? Not only do we know that you're liking this, but when the next episode comes out, your Spotify or Apple Podcast or whatever you're listening to this on, it will send you a notification saying that the next pod is out. And what better way could you start your day by listening to us rambling on? The intro to RNB Fusion podcast is Just Smile by Liquid. You can find this on soundcloud.com/liquid. And that is spelled LIQWYD. This falls under the Creative Commons Attribution 3.0. And you can also find this on YouTube under the channel audio library.